Hello everyone, welcome on your YouTube channel of Lalbagh Girls Center College. This is Jyoti Singh. Class, as we have studied about the animal tissues, we have seen lots of type of animal tissue. In this part, we are going to discuss about the last type, which is fluid connective tissue, in which we will learn about the blood and the lymph. So let's learn about the fluid connective tissue in detail. So children, in this part we are going to learn the third type of connective tissue is what? Fluid connective tissue. It consists of liquid as the ground substance and it is present throughout the body. It provides nutrition, helps in transport of nutrients and get rid of waste matter. As you know that plant has a transportation system and human also has a transporting system. For the proper transportation of food and water minerals, plants have the tissues like xylem and phloem. But in human beings, there are a tissue which is called fluid connective tissue, is helpful in transportation of food and nutrients, like your various kind of nutrients. So there are basically two carriers are there. One is called lymph and second is called blood. One by one we will talk about it, and these two tissues, transporting tissues, are found in fluid connective tissue. Blood is a red colored fluid matrix which consists of plasma and cells such as RBCs, WBCs and platelets. So blood is constituting mainly two parts. One is the liquid part which is called plasma, and second is cellular component where three type of cells are found. One is the RBC, second is the WBCs, third is platelets, and it located throughout the body. That blood is found in everywhere in your body, and its function is connects different parts of the body and establishes continuity between the body. Now we move with the second type of connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue is lymph. Fluid surrounding the body cells which contains WBCs. So basically it surrounds the body cells which contains WBCs. That means WBCs are a type of blood cells, but they are surrounded by a fluid which is called lymph. So it is present throughout the body and its function is what? Transport nutrients and provides protection against diseases. So lymph plays very important role in immunity, in enhancing your immunity. So lymph transport nutrients and provides protection against diseases. If I ask the question what is the main function of lymph, then you will say that it provides protection against different kind of diseases. So it basically helpful in maintaining your immunity or enhancing your immunity power. So children, as you have learned about in previous lectures, epithelial tissues, connective tissues and their various types, like your connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue and fluid connective tissue. Now we are going to talk about its third type of animal tissue, which is called animal tissues, and which is called muscle tissues. And this muscle tissues has three types. One is the striated tissue, second is non-striated, third is the cardiac. Let's talk about the muscular tissue. So the main characteristic feature of muscle tissue is what? Consisting of elongated narrow muscle cells called muscle fibers, and they are located mostly attached to the bones and helps in the contraction and relaxation of the body. You are doing some work from the hand by contracting your hand, by relaxing your hand. This all will be done with the help of your muscle tissues. So muscle tissues are helpful in contraction and relaxation of your body. Now move with its type. They are of three types. One is the striated, second non-striated and third is the cardiac. So one by one we will see its characteristic, location and function. First is the striated. We can also say the skeletal. We also use the term stripe We also use the term voluntary muscles. Alright, you can use any of these terms, but you know all these terms are similar. Muscle fibers are long, cylindrical and unbranched and multinucleated. Long, as you know, that something which is in long structure. Cylindrical, you have seen the cylindrical shapes. And unbranched, that means they have no branching. And multinucleated, that means in a single cell lots of nucleus are found. When a single cell contains numerous nucleus, then that condition is called as a multinucleate condition. So location is what? Found attached to the bones, and function is help in a voluntary muscle movement and locomotion. Voluntary means which you can control, which you have a control on your body. That means if you want to push your hand, pull your hand, it is in your control. So these type of movement is called as a voluntary control, and that is why the muscle is also called as a voluntary muscle, because your movement is under your control. Now move with the second type, non-stratified or non-striated, smooth, non-striped, involuntary muscles. All these terms are similar. Muscle fibers are smooth without striation. Location is what? Found in the uterus, digestive tract, urinary bladder, iris of the eyes, bronchi of the lungs and other internal organs. Main function, carry out movements which cannot be carried out by our conscious will. That means just the movements which is in not our control, that means which can't control with our vision, with our conscious mind. So that type of connections or that type of movement is called involuntary muscle movements or involuntary kind of muscles. That means just for example, if you go for a urination, sometime you can control it for a period of time, you can control the process of urination, which is also called parturition, but for after a certain time you can't control it. So that type of muscles is what? Involuntary muscles, and that is why it is written as a urinary bladder. This type of muscle is also found in a urinary bladder. Now the third type is the cardiac or heart muscles. Characteristic is muscle cells are short, cylindrical and have a centrally placed nucleus, and these are basically located found only in the walls of the heart. Heart is also called as a cardiac. Function is what? Rhythmic contraction and relaxation of cardiac muscles help to pump and distribute the blood to various parts of the body. So these are the main functions of your voluntary, involuntary and your cardiac or heart muscles. Now we will see the differences between the smooth, skeletal and cardiac muscle. Here is a list you can write in your copy. So there are 8 differences which is on your screen. So you can learn and you can write in your copy also. Now this is the last type of your tissue. Animal tissue is what? Nervous or neural tissue. Its main characteristic is the cells of the neural tissue is made up of elongated cells called neurons, and each neuron consists of the 3 parts. One is the cell body, axon and dendrites, and location is components of the nervous system and encompasses the brain, spinal cord and nerves. Main function is what? Nerve cells mediate the transmission of messages from the brain to different parts of the body and vice versa. So children, this is all about your, and later you will get a one video on the different types of animal tissues and its pictures. So it will help you to understand the recognition or the identification between these type of tissues. So here these are the parts in which you will get your notes also, you can learn also, but later you will get one video. So wait for that video and till you will learn from this parts. One more thing children, at the end of your every video lectures, you will get one assignment question. It is compulsory to write the answer of that assignment question in the comment box. So it will be counted as your class record. Don't forget it. Your when you write only your name, that it will be counted as your attendance. When you write the answer, it will be counted as your class record. Okay, so each and every one participation is compulsory. First you will write your name, then you will write your answer. So keep watching the videos, keep learning biology.